Coach, what did you think about this game? I mean, you guys pull out the win, close game, but it's not exactly your prettiest game, especially
No,
on the bases.
yeah, it was pretty ugly. I mean, get inside moved twice in the first inning. That brought back memories of the South Carolina game in Omaha when we got inside moved on a similar play. So it's disappointing. You know, we didn't have very good base running tonight. We got doubled off on a line drive to center. We got ran into a third out with the back pick on the bases loaded, and then we got an inside move. So really, 4 of the outs were on the bases. So disappointing for sure. But on the other hand, I think it was a real good night for Cody Poteet. Again, I think he showed everybody how good he's going to be, and then our bullpen was very strong again. So a lot of good things. We played good defense. That's kind of been our staple, and pitching and defense is really as far as it's going to take us. So it wasn't pretty, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Is it just Cody just needs to find consistency at this point? He's just young enough that he hasn't really gotten it down.
Yeah, he's young. It's game management. It's if you talk to any pitching coach with a young pitcher, it's pitchability, it's a change up in fastball counts, it's breaking ball 0-0, it's ability to throw in. You just can't pitch book. You just can't pitch, middle away and fastball counts and throw a fastball. And this is, you got to pitch at a high level at this time of the year. And you see signs of him being really, really good. And at times you kind of see him somewhat, in the fog a little bit. So to his credit, he's had some quality starts, and I think tonight he really could have got ran out there in the 7th inning. I mean, he had 72 pitches through 6, and that's pretty pitch efficient. So I was excited from what we saw from Poteet tonight.
It seems like with him, you kind of know almost immediately whether he's going to be good or bad. The last 2 times that you've given him a quick hook, it was you knew that he didn't have his good stuff. Is there something that you can see when he first goes out there?
Well, he's got stuff. You like to run guys out there with stuff, and Caprillian's like that. They can pitch their way out of things just pure with their above average pitches, but you don't want to lose their confidence. You don't want them just to bury him and leave him out there and have some scars. You really, if it's not their night and things aren't going their way, you're better off to kind of go in a different direction. And we've done that a few times. You're right, and I don't like doing that. I like a young guy to be able to pitch out of problems, and that's a part of growing up. And he's holding runners better. We played Haz tonight, who's not our everyday catcher, and they did a nice job of managing the game. And so we're excited about those guys' future. It's just at times it's painful.
Coach, improved to 14-1 this season in 1-run games. How confident are you in what David Berg's been able to do, and how much has that helped you guys here in late-run games?
Well, confidence is his middle name. The guy just has ice water in his veins. The guy just wants the ball and he wants a close game. He pitches better in close games. We've thrown him out there in games that we're not as close, and you can just tell he's just a competitive guy. And we feel very comfortable giving him the ball with a 1-run or 2 or 3-run lead. He's had a remarkable year. All you got to do is look at the games and look at the numbers and look how they stack up and look at his performances. And the guy is, I think, has been as good as any reliever in the country. For what he's meant to our team. He's kind of an old style. He's not a 1-inning closer. He's thrown some 2-3 inning games, and that's kind of more 80s and late 80s stuff more than this time. They're all 1-inning guys. So he's kind of a throwback, and you just got to give him a lot of credit for making pitches.
You had a close call there in right field. It looked like if it wasn't an overcast day, it might have been a little different.
Yeah. That's going to happen, and Twin Quan is a good hitter, and he kind of got out front as an 0-2 pitch. We wanted to kind of work away, and he left the ball over the plate. And you're right, in a day game, but game was at night, so we play with what time the game is. So it had to be at 8:30 at night, and the ball didn't travel as well. And what are you going to do? It happens every night in the major leagues. So You know, I mean, it was a, you know, you're right. I mean, he hit it pretty good, but the ball stayed in the ballpark.
Coach, how important do you think Cody can be potentially in the postseason run?
Very important. You're talking about a four-starter. You're talking about a long reliever. You know, you're talking about a guy that certainly can start a game and really is capable of beating anybody. He's shown flashes of, you know, he beat Irvine, I believe twice. Irvine's very good. You know, I thought he pitched pretty well against Fullerton the second time around. I mean, he gave up a 3-run homer to Hutting on a mistake, but after that, he kind of settled down and pitched well in front of, you know, 2,500 people at Fullerton. So he's critical. I mean, he's, you know, one of our first guys out of our bullpen during the weekend, and very capable starter, and you know, he's a guy that can really pitch in any situation.
Feel pretty confident about potentially hosting?
I feel confident.
It seems
I feel
like
confident. You know,
situation.
we're a pretty hot team right now. You know, we're 2 games away from 40. To win 40 on the West is really, really special, I think. And but you know, you can't control that. I mean, all you can do is doing what we've done. We've won the last 3. We swept the last 3 series, and we've made up like 1 game. So that goes to show you how good Oregon and Oregon State are, because, you know, we haven't made up any ground, and you know, it just goes to show you how good they are. So you know, it's a very tough conference, and Stanford is going to be, you know, they're probably one of the most dangerous teams in the country. They're one of the more talented teams in the country. So, and they're playing to get in. So it's going to be a challenging weekend. That's for sure.
And Coach, lastly, facing potentially number 1, number 2, number 3 overall pick on Friday night, what do you guys have to do in terms of your approach to be able to handle Mark Appel?
Well, you know, it's like facing Garrett Cole or Trevor Bauer, and you know, I mean, our guys have, you know, we've faced Matt Perk in Omaha, and Michael Roth in Omaha, and you know, you name it, we faced them. So. You know, it's another tremendous challenge. He's one of the best, if not the best, college pitcher in America. He was maybe last year. So it's, but these guys, you know, they like challenges, and it's, you know, you got to go out there and compete against them, and you know, see how we do, because it's, we're going to have to go through, you know, the best guys in the country the rest of the way. So if his name's not Appel, it might be something, you know, somebody else. So they'll take it in stride, and they'll go out and compete on Friday.